Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, August 18th, 2020. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's NBA and Stanley Cup playoff games, look ahead to today's games. Same for Major League Baseball and the WNBA. Well, WNBA is just going to be going over today's slate. And my best bet of the day. All right, we'll start with the NBA. Fun first day of the playoffs. So many good storylines to come out of the game. Or I should say to the first day. Nuggets over the Jazz 135-125 in overtime as the Nuggets take a 1-0 series lead. Jamal Murray had 36 points and 9 assists to lead the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic had 29 and 10. Torrey Craig had 11. Michael Porter Jr. had 13 with 8 boards off the bench. Jeremy Grant 19. Donovan Mitchell 57 points, 9 boards, 7 assists. 6 3-pointers. Unbelievable game. Joe Ingles had 19 with 5 boards and 6 assists. Rudy Gobert had 17 points and 7 boards. Jordan Clarkson off the bench had 18 points. And by the way, in the starting lineup, they inserted Juwan Morgan instead of Jordan Clarkson, as they like to have Clarkson coming off the bench. Raptors over the Nets 134-110. There was a point in this game that this was like a 9 or 10 point game in the fourth quarter. Toronto got off to the fast start. Brooklyn had a big third quarter. Toronto broke away. So the Raps go up 1-0 in the series. Fred VanVleet had 30 with 11 assists. Kyle Lowry had 16 with 7 boards, 6 assists. Marcus Gasol 13 with 5 boards. OJ Anunoby 12 points and 5 boards. Pascal Siakam 18 points, 11 boards. Serge Ibaka had 22 points and 7 boards off the bench. And with 11 off the bench, Terrence Davis. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, Joe Harris had 19. Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot had 26 off the bench with 7 boards. Jared Allen had 15 with 12 boards. Garrett Temple had 12. Karis LeVert, 15 points, 15 assists, and 7 rebounds. They've been playing him at point guard, and he's really turned into a point forward for them. The Celtics over the 76ers, 109-101. Celtics go up 1-0. Jason Tatum had 32 points with 13 boards. Gordon Hayward had 12. Kemba Walker had 19 with 5 assists. Jaylen Brown had 29 with 6 boards. Their bench didn't do anything. They got away with that. Philly, Joel Embiid had 26 points and 16 boards. Josh Richardson had 18 with 6 boards. Shake Milton had 13. Tobias Harris had 15 with 8 and 8. Alec Burks had 18 off the bench. Clippers over the Mavs 118-110 to take a 1-0 series lead. Luka Doncic in his first playoff game had 42 points with 7 boards and 9 assists. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 18 points with 6 boards. Kristaps Porzingis had 14 points and 6 boards. He got ejected in this game due to a lot of complaining over what should have been a foul, or what shouldn't have been a foul, as he was blocking a shot. He got frustrated, he got thrown out, and that kind of changed the complexion of the game a little bit. Seth Curry had 14 off the bench, 4 3-pointers. Kawhi Leonard had 29, Paul George had 27. Kawhi also had 12 boards. Marcus Morris had 19 with 6 boards. Ivica Zubac had 10 with 10 boards. Off the bench, Lou Williams had 14 with 5 assists. Today's games, 1:30 on TNT. You have the Magic against the Bucks in Game 1. The Bucks are favored by 12.5. The over-under is 225. I actually have the Bucks as a 12.5 favorite, and my total projected was 223, so my play for this game will be the under, although I think the Bucks will win. At 4 o'clock, you have the Heat against the Pacers on TNT. Miami's favored by 4.5. The over-under is 216. I think Miami should be favored by 4, and the over-under should be 218.5. I like the over here better than I like the Pacers. I just think that both these teams are a little better than given credit for offensively. You got Jimmy Butler, you got Bam Adebayo, and on the other side you have the two guards. So give me the over 218.5 in that game. The Rockets and the Thunder. The Thunder are 2-point favorites. The over-under is 225. I have Oklahoma City as a 2-point favorite. My total is 221.5. I absolutely love the under in this game. 3.5 point differential. So give me the under on the Rockets Thunder game. And then last but not least, 9 o'clock on TNT, you have the Blazers against the Lakers. Lakers favored by 5.5. The over-under is 230.5. 2.5 point differentials going in each way of the total and the line. But I feel better about the over here. I like all the totals better than I do sides. If I had to pick a side here, it's the Lakers, obviously, but I would have to go with the over 230.5 here. I feel better about that than I do. Oh, Lakers went up to -6 just now from 5.5. So that makes things a little bit easy. So, give me the over 230.5 in the game today. So, like I said, it should be a fun day of NBA playoff basketball. Now we'll move on to the Stanley Cup playoffs as we'll look ahead to today as well as look back on last night. Interesting day in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Lightning over the Blue Jackets 2-1 to take a 3-1 series lead. The number 3 started the game with an assist. Zach Werenski, number 2, started the game with a goal and assist. Barclay Goodrow, and the number 1 started the game with a goal and assist. Yanni Goudreau. Avalanche over the Coyotes 7-1 to take a 3-1 series lead. The number 3 started the game with a goal and assist. Mikko Rantanen, number 2, started the game with a goal and assist. Cale Makar, number 1, started the game with 2 goals and assists. Nazem Kadri. Bruins over the Hurricanes 4-3 to take a 3-1 series lead. The number 3 started the game with a goal. Justin Williams, number 2, started the game with a goal and an assist. Connor Clifton, and the number 1 started the game with 2 goals. Jake DeBrusk. Blues over the Canucks 3-1 to even up the series at 2 apiece. The number 1 started the game with 2 goals and assists. Ryan O'Reilly. The number 2 started the game with a goal and assist. Alex Pietrangelo, number 3, started the game with 34 saves on 37 shots. Jacob Markstrom. So that was an interesting choice for the third starting game. Today's games at 3 o'clock on NBCSN, you have the Flyers against the Canadiens. I am going to go with the Flyers here to go up 3-1. Carter Hart has just been a magician out there, looking like prime Carey Price. And Carey Price has been awesome too. So, give me the Flyers today against the Canadiens. 5:30 NBCSN, you have the Flames and the Stars. I'm going to pick the Flames here. They're an underdog. I believe they're plus 110. We'll double check right now. See if I'm right. Yes, plus 110. By the way, Phillies minus 135. Montreal plus 115. Dallas against Calgary 130. So I like the Flames plus 110 to win the game outright. 8 o'clock NBCSN, the Capitals and the Islanders. Islanders are minus 115. Or minus 125. The Caps are plus 105. I actually think that the Islanders are going to pull off a sweep for the second consecutive year against a well-known player. Last year being Sidney Crosby and this year being Alex Ovechkin. The Islanders are just really, really built for the postseason. They have an offense that I think is better with the addition of Juan Gabriel Pageau with Anders Lee and Matt Barzal. Both those guys have had some good playoffs, good defense as well. So give me the Islanders here to pull off the sweep here to go to the second round of the postseason. And at 10:30 on NBCSN, you have the Blackhawks and the Golden Knights. The Blackhawks are plus 135. Golden Knights are minus 110. This is where I think this is a little nutty. I think Chicago forces a Game 6. Do I feel good about it? No. But Corey Crawford played well. I'm going to say it's a fun game. Won't be shocked if it's like a 3-1, 3-2 type of game. So give me the Blackhawks. I think there's going to be something nutty that happens. Whether the Capitals win, the Blackhawks win, Canadians win again. One of those three teams will win. I'm going to say it's the Blackhawks to force a Game 6 to make the series look a little bit more interesting. Now we'll look back on the baseball games from yesterday and look ahead to the games today. Interesting results last night. Cardinals over the Cubs 3-1 in 7 innings. Cardinals 5-4, Cubs 13-7. Giovanni Gallegos to win, Kyle Hendricks to loss, Andrew Miller to save. Home runs Dexter Fowler, Dean, and Happ. Getting the start for the Cardinals in this one was Kwang Hyun Kim. 3 2/3, 3 hits, and a run, 3 walks, and a strikeout, ERA 3.86. Kyle Hendricks 6 1/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts, ERA 3.31. Blues over the Orioles 7-2. The Blue Jays are 8-11. The Baltimore Orioles are 12-10. Hyunjin Ryu the win. Alex Cobb the loss. Home runs Randall Grichuk, Kevon Biggio. Ryu 6 innings, 4 hits, and a run, no walks, 3 strikeouts, rate 3.46. He's been better his last couple starts. Alex Cobb 6 2/3, 8 hits, 5 runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts, rate 3.76. So there's the predictable regression. Yankees over the Red Sox 6-3 to pull off the sweep. Yanks are 16-6. Boston 6-17. Michael King to win. Martin Perez the loss. Home runs Luke Voit homered twice. Thairo Estrada and Aaron Hicks. And none for Boston. Starting the game was Jordan Montgomery 3 2/3, 3 hits, and a run, no walks, 4 strikeouts, ERA 4.66. The rain delay cost him the rest of that start. Martin Perez 3 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout, ERA 4.07. The same could be said for Perez. Braves over the Nationals 7-6 on a walk-off home run by Dansby Swanson. Atlanta's 14-10. Washington's 8-12. Will Smith to win. Daniel Hudson the loss. Home runs Luis Garcia, who got called up to replace Starlin Castro, who hit the injured list. Eric Thames, Asdrubal Cabrera, Juan Soto to make it a 6-3 game. That didn't matter. That big home run at the top of the ninth didn't make Soto because Adam Duvall homers 2-run shot to make it a 1-run game. And then Dansby Swanson walk-off shot to make it 7-6 for the win. Touki Toussaint 3 innings, 2 hits, 4 runs, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts, race 7.97. Anibal Sanchez 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout, ERA 8.5. Mets over the Marlins 11-4. Big win for the Mets. 10-14. Miami is 9-7. Jason Shreve the win. Jordan Yamamoto the loss. And Franklin Colomb gets the 3-inning save. Home runs in this game. Robinson Cano, Peter Alonso, Jonathan VR. Robinson Cano again. Peter Alonso again. So the Mets offense, guys stepping up when they have to. So that's a good thing to see. Roberto Gesellman, an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, and a run, 2 walks, and a strikeout, ERA 7.71. Yamamoto, an inning and a third, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout, ERA 11.42. Cubs over the Cardinals, 5-4 in 7 innings. Make-up doubleheader game. Dwayne Underwood Jr. the win. Getting the loss for the Cards was Tyler Webb, and the save Jeremy Jeffries, who probably should have been their closer to start the season because Craig Kimbrell's been terrible. That's the second save of the year, by the way. 2 home runs from Brad Miller. Remember him? He had that 30-homer season with the Rays a few years ago. And another home run for the Cardinals was hit by Max Schrock, who's new. Be a lot of new guys in the lineup with the after their little COVID outbreak. That's why you've seen some of the they're not so big names in the lineup, like Yadier Molina. Although Matt Carpenter's well, so that's a good thing to see. Getting the start for the Cubs, pretty much in an opener situation, was Tyson Miller. 2 innings, a hit, 2 runs, 2 walks, and no strikeouts, ERA of 9. Alex Reyes, an inning, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts, a 0 ERA. White Sox over the Tigers, 7-2. Chicago 12-11. Detroit 9-11. Getting the win for the White Sox was Cody Heuer. The loss, Matt Boyd. Home runs, Tim Anderson, Yoan Moncada, Tim Anderson again, Luis Robert again, and second baseman, Danny Mendick. Gio Gonzalez, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, ERA of 6. Matt Boyd, 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, ERA 9.64. Twins over the Royals 4-1. The Twins are 15-8. KC's 9-14. Devin Smeltzer to win. Chris Bubic the loss. Home runs, Nelson Cruz, who did it twice, and Hunter Dozier for the Royals. Matt Whistler, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts, ERA 1.5 in the opener role. Chris Bubic, 4 1/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, ERA 5.12. Padres over the Rangers 14-4. There's a big story in this game that Fernando Tatis hit a grand slam in the 8th inning on a 3-0 count that made everybody go nuts. Padres are 12-12. Texas 10-11. Zach Davies the win. Jordan Lyles the loss. Home runs, Austin Hedges, Tatis twice. Davies, 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, ERA 3.25. Jordan Lyles, 4 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, a walk, 2 strikeouts, ERA 7.52. Astros over the Rockies 2-1. The Astros are 12-10. Colorado is 13-9. Brandon Bielak the win, Kyle Freeland the loss. And getting the save for Houston, Blake Taylor. The lone home run in this game, top of the third by Trevor Story to make it 2-1. And there's no scoring after that. Bielak, 6 innings, a hit, and a run, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, ERA 1.69. Kyle Freeland, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts, ERA 2.56. Diamondbacks over the Athletics 4-3. The D-backs are 12-11. That's their, I believe, 5th straight win. Oakland 16-7. So the best record in the American League now belongs to the New York Yankees. Getting the win, Stephon Crichton, the loss, Joakim Soria. Home runs, David Peralta, Robbie Grossman. Zach Gallen, 7 innings, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, or 1 earned run, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, ERA 2.4. Chris Bassett, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, ERA 2.93. Zach Gallen has to be the king of no decisions thus far. I feel like every start he's had has been a no decision. Angels over the Giants 7-6. The Angels 8-15. The Giants are 8-16. Ty Buttery the win, and Trevor Gott the loss. Home runs in this game, Brandon Belt, Tommy LaStalla, Mike Trout. By the way, LaStalla's was a walk-off shot in the bottom of the 9th to get the win for the Angels. Griffin Canning, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA 4.7. Tyler Anderson, 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, a walk, and 8 strikeouts, ERA 4.84. Dodgers over the Mariners 11-9. Surprising that this game was that competitive. Dodgers 17-7. The Mariners are 7-17. Home run, or getting the win, Caleb Ferguson. The loss, Matt McGill to save Kenley Jansen, his 7th of the year. Home runs, Mookie Betts, Corey Seager, Kyle Lewis, Kyle Seager. Evan White gave the Mariners the lead. And then the Dodgers took over in the bottom of the 7th. And then capped it off with a homer by Kike Hernandez. Evan White again in the top of the 9th homer. Ross Stripling, 3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, ERA 5.61. That is a very deflating ERA type of game for Stripling. Justin Dunn, 2 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, a walk, and a strikeout, ERA 7.8. Today's slate at 3 o'clock, you have the Rockies and the Astros. Antonio Senzatella, Zach Greinke. Senzatella 3-0 with a 3.91 ERA, whip of 1.26. Greinke 1-0 with a 2.53 ERA, whip of 1.08. 4 o'clock ESPN, you have the Giants and the Angels. Trevor Cahill and Dylan Bundy. Cahill, no decisions, 0 ERA, whip of 2.4. Dylan Bundy 3-1 to 1.57 ERA, whip of 0.63. He's been really rejuvenated on the Angels. Gonna go with the Angels again here. They are a huge favorite. I don't know if they should be that big of a favorite. So I'm gonna look at FanDuel and see what the total in this game is. 9.5. So I really love the over of 9.5 and minus 115. But yeah, plus 215 for the Giants to win the game outright. But I'm gonna go with the Angels to win that game. The Padres and the Rangers. Adrian Morjon making a season debut against Mike Minor. Minor 0-3 against on the season. 5.49 ERA, whip of 1.27. A's Diamondbacks. Frankie Montas, Luke Weaver. Montas 2-0 to 1.57 ERA, whip of 1. Weaver 0-3 to 11.85 ERA, whip of 2.12. 7 o'clock ESPN, the Rays and the Yankees. Blake Snell against Masahiro Tanaka. I feel like these guys face off against each other all the time, and I feel like that this was a pitching matchup a couple weeks ago. Snell 1-0 with a 2.08 ERA, whip of 1.15. Tanaka, no decisions, 2.31 ERA, whip of 1.11. The Yankees are a home underdog, it looks like here. How? Plus 100. Oh my God, the Yankees plus 100. Oh my God, I am taking that and running. The Yankees will win this game tonight. They're undefeated at home on the season, although that doesn't matter because there's no fans. But they're comfortable at Yankee Stadium. I get it. Snell's been good this year, but he's on the road, not at home. And the Yankees play well against the Rays at Yankee Stadium, not like Tropicana Field. If this was at Tropicana Field, this is what I'd make the lines. This is Yankee Stadium. But granted, no fans. I get it. No fans. So, this should really be Yankees slight favorites or a pick'em at worst. So give me the Yanks against Tampa Bay in what should be a low-scoring game. Indians Pirates. Carlos Carrasco and JT Brubaker. Carrasco 2-2 to 3.22 ERA, whip of 1.21. Brubaker, no decisions, 3.38 ERA, whip of 1.38. Nats Braves. Austin Voth and Josh Tomlin, Voth 0-2 to 3.21 ERA, whip of 1.07. Tomlin 1-0 to 1.59 ERA, 0.79 whip. Next up is the Mariners and the Dodgers, rare 7 o'clock start on the East Coast time. Marco Gonzalez against Tony Gonsolin. Gonzalez 2-2 to 3.97 ERA, whip of 0.93. Gonsolin, no decisions, 0 ERA, whip of 0.69. Mets Marlins. David Peterson and Humberto Mejia. Peterson 3-1 with a 2.91 ERA, whip of 1.15. Mejia, no decisions, 3.86 ERA, whip of 1.71. 7:30, Phil's Red Sox. Zach Eflin and Zach Godley. Eflin 0-1 with a 3.6 ERA, whip of 1.3. Godley 0-2 with an 8.16 ERA, whip of 2.02. Blue Jays Orioles. Nate Pearson and Wade LeBlanc. Pearson, no decisions, 5.11 ERA, whip of 1.46. LeBlanc 1-0, 7.13 ERA, whip of 1.47. 8 o'clock, Reds Royals. So the Reds return after their COVID weekend hiatus. Trevor Bauer against Brad Keller. Great pitching matchup. Bauer 2-0 with a .93 ERA, whip of .57. Keller 2-0, 0 ERA, whip of .91. Tigers White Sox. Tariq Skubal making his season debut against Dylan Cease. Cease 3-1 to 3.26 ERA, whip of 1.4. Cease might be this year's Lucas Giolito for the White Sox with his good stats. Brewers Twins. Corbin Burns and Kenta Maeda. Burns 0-0 with a 3.38 ERA, whip of 1.19. Maeda 3-0 to 2.66 ERA, whip of .72. 8:15, Fox Sports 1, Cardinals, Cubs. Daniel Ponce de Leon against Yu Darvish. 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA, whip of 1.25. Darvish, 3-1 with 1.88 ERA, 0.75 whip. The Cardinals on the money line, by the way, are a plus 170 underdog. Cubs are minus 198, but Yu Darvish has been pitching out of his mind thus far. Tough call. I don't love Daniel Ponce de Leon. I'm going to go with the Cubs. Don't feel strongly about it. So give me the Chicago Cubs here at home against the St. Louis Cardinals. Now we'll go over WNBA games, and we're going to look ahead to the slate for today. Actually, no, there wasn't any games last night. I keep thinking there was, but there wasn't. 3 games on the docket tonight, 7 o'clock on CBS Sports Network. You got the Fever and the Sun. The Fever 4-6, the Sun are 4-7. I think this is a big game for Connecticut. I think they're going to come out and play well. I think they'll get it done. More talent on their team, led by Alyssa Jones and Dewana Bonner. So give me Connecticut tonight over the Fever. 9 o'clock ESPN2, the Aces in the Sky. I'd say this is probably Pam Ward on the call. I'm going to go with the Chicago Sky here. I think that they're a good team. Aces are off to a good start, though, but I just think that the Sky are due for like a signature win. So give me the Chicago Sky here over the Aces. And then 10 o'clock, talk about mismatches. The 1-9 New York Liberty against the 10-1 Seattle Storm. It just sucks that Sabrina Ionescu's not there. If she didn't get hurt, they would not have the worst record. That would be the Atlanta Dream. I think the Atlanta Dream are the worst team, but the Liberty have the worst record due to the injury of Sabrina Ionescu, who's literally their team. She's the face of the franchise, and I think she's going to be an absolute stud for years to come. Best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. There's some interesting ones for baseball for today. And that's where I'm going to go. You know what? I alluded to it before. Now I'm having second thoughts. Can the White Sox go over 8.5 by themselves against the Skubal? Milwaukee, Minnesota over is intriguing. You know what? I'm going to take the Yankees on the money line against the Rays. I just don't see why that they're plus 100. I'd grab it right now before they turn into a favorite. So give me the Yankees plus 100, even money, at home tonight against the Tampa Bay Rays for my best bet of the day. That's it for the podcast today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping all the scores and looking ahead to tomorrow. Maybe there will be more stuff to talk about tomorrow, so that's why today's show was shorter than normal. I'll have a golf pick for you guys tomorrow as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.